Haas joins us, and actually I should stay quiet and just let you do the introduction.
Oh man.
Because he's a radio host.
Yes.
And he's from Saudi Arabia, and he has founded the first hip-hop radio channel in the kingdom, and that really fascinates me, how hip-hop and a conservative Islamic culture go together.
Wow. First of all, shout out to Mad Radio. I fell in love with the name. Make a difference.
That's exactly what we do.
And that's exactly what I try to do in my show, which is called Leish Hip Hop, which means why hip hop, and it's Saudi's first and only FM hip hop radio show. And the show focuses on two things: changing wrong perception people have about hip hop as an art form, and supporting local talent on the radio. So it's one of the very few shows in the region that actually pushes local talent on the radio.
What has been the response ever since you launched the channel?
You want the truth? First episode, I'm saying Assalamu alaikum, which is a greeting we say in Islam. Like, welcome everybody, my name is Big Haas, I host a hip hop radio show. I get called an infidel.
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, Saudi Arabia is one of the most conservative countries in the world. Yet, I knew that what I was trying to do does not in any way does anything bad to my culture or religion for that matter. So I sticked with it. The feedback ever since has been great because I've been at it for 6 years. Been supporting a lot of local regional talent. I spoke to the father of hip hop, which is meaning the guy who created hip hop culture. He's around 65 years old. His name is Cool Herc. Imagine when I'm on the phone with him telling him, "Sir, I'm calling you from Saudi Arabia." And he said, "Where?" "From Saudi Arabia." He's like, "Wow, hip hop reached that far?" You know, because hip hop is an American culture, but at the end of the day, because it's a hip hop, now it's a worldwide culture. To the viewers, hip hop is like So hip hop is like as like an umbrella under like their elements. So rap is an element of hip hop, breakdancing is an element of hip hop, DJing, graffiti are all elements of hip hop.
I just can't get my head around the fact that you do that in Saudi Arabia, where
yes.
it could be a real personal threat to do something like that.
But that's a message to everybody watching this, that if you believe, I'm not being cheesy here, if you believe that you could do it. I host a hip hop show in Saudi Arabia, so there are really no impossibles here. Just stick with it, and it's been great. I started from a blog, then went on to online radio, then now it's on the FM, and I'm blessed to say that I'm known across the region as a guy who's trying to support local talent, which is an honor, because shout out to everybody local, out there.
So how do you support people, local talent? How do you
That's
do
a great
that
question.
Exactly?
I try to put their songs on the air, so there is some kind of with radio, it's always kind of business. So if I wanna, like, if you're a big radio station and I wanna put my song there, it's also kind of business. Why? If the song is dope or good, it should be played. That's the way I believe. And I play songs that never get air anywhere ever in the world, because I believe that talent is talent. I don't need to pay you money as a radio station to get my song circulated. You know what I mean? It's just I'm against that, really. So I'm trying to prove, and I'm blessed to say that it's been well.
Any restrictions when it comes to lyrics?
Yes, of course. Like any radio in the world, of course, there's no swearing, and there's, it's interesting you say that, because I support Arabic hip hop, and for the viewers as well, 90% of Arabic music is all about love me, cheated on me, you miss me, all that stuff. But we have other things, we have other topics, social issues, community issues, and yes, political issues. So you have to. There is definitely a line, but what I try to do is push my roof up. Always try to push it, and slowly, and that's what we try to do.
What changes would you like to see in your society happening in the next couple of years?
Please do not judge a culture that you don't know. That's all. We're so easily
Are you
judged.
speaking to me as a Westerner, as in I shouldn't judge
No,
Saudi Arabia, or the Saudis shouldn't judge other people?
Yes, Saudi Arabia should not judge hip hop the way they see on TV, because what they see on TV it's not the true essence of what hip hop culture is, and it's the vice versa. For the Westerns not to see Saudi Arabia by what just being pushed on TV. Shout out to all my Saudi sisters and brothers out there, because Saudi Arabia, by the way, is the #1 per capita in the world on Twitter and YouTube.
I know.
You're talking 90 million views per day. So there is a lot of good things coming out of Saudi Arabia. Let's focus on that. But but the media decide to show the bad stuff, which is, it's a shame. But there's a lot of good things happening.
How many women do you support by
Good question.
giving them a platform for their music?
A society without the involvement of females is not a society, period. That's what I always say on the show.
I agree absolutely.
So, and again, that's another thing we talk about it on the show. It's known, or perception about Saudi that women are oppressed there. That's not the case. There are rules, yes, there are very harsh rules, like women can't drive, they can't do this, but I doubt if you talk to any women out there, they would say the word oppressed. It's just it's a big word. There are a lot of things that can be done that can, no more rights, like driving, come on. Which I think will happen, but slowly. It is a society issue, not a political or a governmental issue whatsoever. I give you that.
How do you make a difference? And that's what Mad Talk stands for, make a difference. How do you make a difference to your society?
That's a great question too. I like your questions. In Islam, we have a saying that it doesn't matter the kind of impact you make. You're put on this earth to make an impact. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. You got to make a positive impact. And I believe my impact is two things. First of all, educating people that you can actually get mind elevation through the lyric of a track of a song, which is the case in my opinion. Plus, there are you don't understand, there are so many misconceptions about Islam, about Saudi, about the Arab world, and I try to break that by playing songs from artists in the region, And can I say one more story that happened to me? So I was speaking in Germany. I was talking actually I just remember now, it was in Sweden, and it was in Lund University, one of the biggest universities in Europe. I was talking about my journey from a blogger to a radio host, and after my talk, this woman, I think she was from Finland, she came to me and she's like, can I shake your hand? I was like, yeah, sure, it's free. She's like, thank you for changing my perception. I'm like, oh, wow. So I'm thinking she's going to say hip-hop. She said Islam. She said, thank you for changing my perception about Islam. I'm like, wow, why? She's like, you're humble, you're funny, this is not what I see on the news, you're Saudi, and you changed my whole idea about Islam. So again, I'm becoming some kind of an ambassador as well to your culture, to your religion. So it is a huge responsibility. And to the artists out there, just be original. Don't copy paste something. Just create your own, pave your own path. And shout out to Mad Radio. I love your name.
Wait, I'm not finished yet.
We're not done yet.
No.
Let's go.
I'm not letting you go. 50 years down the line, what will be your legacy? When people look back at your life, what will you have left?
Wow.
Or maybe you're still going at the age of 80.
Let's
say when you're 100 years old, you look back and you say, this is what I left behind. This is the difference that I've made.
That's the first, I did a lot of interviews. That's the first time someone asked me that question. I would say,
best question ever asked, probably.
I would say to make that I impacted souls, meaning that I made it inspired them. So again, there's something else about me. So I'm a radio host and I'm an autism dad. My son is 6 years old and he's autistic. And I'm very vocal about autism is not a disease. It's a way of life. It's a way of understanding. It's not a disease. So people get inspired by that a lot, because I go on the air and talk about it like my son is not like it's not an illness. And other autistic parents like, wow, it's amazing what you. So my legacy would be, I would like to be known that as a guy who really fought for local and regional talent to headline, and that's what we're doing with Step Music. It's the first, one of the very few festivals in the region that is headlined all by local and regional talent that we put together. Impact souls and proved that local artists should be played on the radio. It's a duty, and that's what I would like to know. Male and female, of course. And I support a lot of, by the way, we have a lot of female singers in Saudi Arabia, a lot. And shout out to them, they're all doing great work. And like I said, I support a lot of female vocalists on my show. There's a lot of mad talent in the Arab world. A lot, you don't understand, there's a lot.
Big Hass, it was a pleasure talking to you. Really,
You're awesome.
Really good.
I love you guys.
So much for making
I love what
a
you guys stand for. Yes, exactly, making a difference. And yes, I always say one love, one world, one humanity. Peace and love. It's your man, Big Hass.